So far, technology just finished yesterday down over 8%, which was as a result of the Silicon Valley banking collapse saga, which is something that obviously affected most of the stocks this week. Now, most of you might be asking yourself, why am I doing a video with sunglasses today? Well, ladies and gents, yes, I sort of like have an eye infection, or my eyes are a bit swollen, so I was given antibiotics to treat my eyes, which, ladies and gents, yeah, they are a bit swollen, so I can't do, if I'm to remove my glasses, I think I might sort of like scare you guys. So I decided, or it is for this reason I decided to do a video, because I like giving you guys content. I decided to do a video wearing my sunglasses, so maybe in the next day or two you might see me continuing doing videos wearing my sunglasses. But yes, it is just for that reason. Now, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. Now, I really appreciate if you can just hit the likes button if you do enjoy the content that I'm giving you, or that I will be giving you, while we saw stocks like Sofi finishing yesterday down over 8%. So I really appreciate if you can just hit the likes button, as it also helps with YouTube's algorithm. Now, without a waste of time, most banking stocks yesterday finished on a red, which is something that obviously made a lot of investors to panic. Now, this was led by the Silicon Valley Bank, which obviously was shut down by regulators due to the financial crisis they have found themselves in. Now, this resulted in stocks like Sofi, which is the stock that we talk a lot about, to finish the day down over 8%. Now, these, ladies and gents, like I said, it was as a result of the Silicon Valley Bank being or finding themselves in a financial crisis, which then led the regulators into shutting down that company. Yeah, most of you, I'm sure by now, you already know what happened in the Silicon, or within the Silicon Valley Bank, which is why, of course, regulators ended up coming in and finally shutting down, or deciding to shut down that bank, as since it was not even meeting the standard insurance of a depositor of the $250,000, which obviously states that those people that, of course, have deposited over $250,000 into a certain bank, should anything bad wrong with the bank, they are supposed to get that 250,000, or at least 250,000 back within a couple of days. Now, this is one of the things that, of course, put this Silicon Valley Bank into hot water, because apparently only 2.7% of the deposit which came into SVB were less than 250,000, which means that 97% of the deposit are not insured, which is not good, or not allowed by, of course, by the regulators, as the bank needs to give a standard insurance of at least $250,000 to the depositors, or those that deposit money into the bank, meaning that those people, let's say it was you and you had over, let's say, $500,000 onto Silicon Valley, you are supposed, or in a case of maybe a collapse, or in a case of what we're exactly seeing, you should be able to get obviously $250,000 in a couple of days, because it is insured. That is rest assured. But in Silicon Valley, this is not the case, which is what made matters worse. So Silicon Valley, I think it was early this week or last week, they then went out looking for money, or to raise money, which that again failed, as we saw, of course, the stock, or the Silicon Valley Bank stock, falling over 60%, which that, ladies and gents, it was chaos. Now, all this in summary, or whatever happened into Silicon Valley, it is affected, or we saw it this week affecting some or most of the banking stocks like Sofi Technologies, which is like the stock that we discussed on this channel. So this Silicon Valley Bank crisis made, of course, Sofi to come in this morning on Twitter and clear up the air that the only thing they have with Silicon Valley Bank was the 40 or less than $40 million loan which they took from, of course, the Silicon Valley Bank. But they assured that all their deposits are insured by FDIC, which obviously up to $250,000 for an individual, with up to 500 or up to 500,000 for a joint account. So this is something that SoFi Technologies came and cleared out, which is something that obviously must not make you to panic as a SoFi investor. Now, what happened yesterday after that sharp drop we saw onto SoFi Technology stock, it resulted in me, ladies and gents, coming in once again and buy this SoFi Technology stock. As most of you already know that SoFi, it is a stock that, of course, February or beginning of February, we saw SoFi stock recovering to over $8 per stock. It resulted in me selling my entire SoFi holdings, which I think I did really well, because my average during that time, it was around $7.05, which now, ladies and gents, I got to get an opportunity yesterday to buy SoFi Technologies, and my average is $5.55, which is something that I'm really happy about. And the total acquisition, or the total amount of shares I bought yesterday, was 450 shares. So yes, I've started my position, or a new position, onto SoFi Technologies after I had sold this stock after witnessing, of course, the huge gains or the huge upsurge into these stocks after they reported their earnings, and followed by, of course, the investor sentiment about the entire US economy. So that led into me selling the SoFi stock, which I already explained why I did that. And obviously now, once again, I'm back into SoFi Technologies with a better, or way much better average. As you've seen on the screen, you'll notice that my average onto SoFi is $5.55, which is making me to really be excited. And if SoFi drops further, ladies and gents, I'm going to load the board. Probably my second transaction, I'm planning to acquire, or I'm planning to at least have 1,000 shares of SoFi Technologies. So if SoFi Technologies falls further to a price that, of course, I'm looking to forward to, then I'm definitely going to scoop in over 550 shares of SoFi, so that at least I get the 1,000, or minimum of 1,000 shares, which of course I plan to acquire. But nonetheless, if it continues dropping further, of course the plan is for me to probably acquire at least 2,000 shares of SoFi, or onto SoFi. So as it continues dropping, hopefully I get the opportunity to scoop more shares onto SoFi Technologies. Now, the good thing, or what made things to be more interesting, it was when we saw, of course, the CEO of SoFi, Mr. Anthony Noto, scooping in shares yesterday, just after the drop of around 180,000. And right now, the CEO of SoFi, Mr. Noto, has got over 5.9 million of SoFi Technologies shares, which is something that is supposed to be taken as a good thing. When you see an insider, especially the CEO, acquiring shares, it is always taken as a bullish sign, because there's no way someone can buy shares or continue buying shares in his company knowing very well that it's not gonna go anywhere. So it is always taken as a bullish sign when you see, of course, insiders buying their own stock, which is something that really made me to be excited after yesterday when I scoped the shares, or the 450 shares onto SoFi Technologies. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I should just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click the notification bell, so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.